So back onto the timeline videos. So in the last timeline video, I said that it had been discovered that I've got a black mass, a hard black mass, which was, they believed it was sepsis. So now we're going to get this sepsis out. So it seems relatively simple. The whole idea is that they stick a tube into where the crap is and just drain it out. Simple. Okay. I'm up for that. I can do that. They can't do it straight away because I'm on blood thinners. So they've got to wait for the blood thinning medication to come out of my system first. And then they could wheel me down to the operating theatre and then get this crap out of me. So that's what we do. A few days go by. I'm in hospital this time. So I spend a few more days in hospital. And then the day comes and then they wheel me down to theatre. Group of people, lovely. My mouth was really, really dry. I remember my mouth being absolutely crazy dry, as if you were just swilling around sand. So they gave me these water swabs, like lollipops to do. I must have drank the whole lot of it, but anyway, side point there, not really relevant to the sepsis bag. So she explained to me what they're going to do. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to numb you up with some anaesthetic, then we're going to cut you open, make a slice inside, and then we're going to feed a tube into your stomach, and we're going to directly access where the sepsis chamber is, drain it off. Nice and simple. You won't feel anything, but you'll feel a bit of pressure, feel a bit weird, but that's as bad as it'll get. So, okay, fine. So clean me all down. Then they will be into the operating theatre. It's probably procedure lasts about 25 minutes, half an hour. It's not long, and it's, as she said, you can feel the needles as they jab you, but they just sting for a few seconds. They don't really do anything. And then I felt they put the tube inside of me. I could feel it going down into my stomach. Yes, it feels weird. And then you hear a pop, and then she drips some of the sepsis out, so she knew that the chamber was accessed, and tied a bag to it. So then wheeled me into a little side room. Jobs are good and jobs done. Says, right, what we'll do is we'll turn the valve on, and then it'll just start dripping sepsis out. And that's what she did. And within seconds, I'm screaming for the nurse. I'm like, I'm going to need some help. Somebody get some help. So what had happened was I'd had that much build-up of pressure where the sepsis was. It filled this bag up in a few seconds. And it started to leak out of the bag. So nurse came running over. She said, oh, bloody hell, let's get another bag on. So she capped that up, whacked another bag on, and it filled that sucker up as well. So 2 bags are gone. She says, oh, okay, you really did have a problem, didn't you? And then she gets that bag off and she puts another one, and it started to slow down now. So when you think about sepsis, you think about being in temperature. I don't know, everything I seem to go through seems to be different to what you see on TV. Maybe TV is made up. Oh, I wonder. I didn't feel any, my temperature hasn't raised. I wasn't perspiring or anything like that. It's just pain. It was just pain. But the sheer relief of that sepsis being drained off, it was like nothing you could ever describe. It was just relief. There we go. I just described it for you. So now I'm talking bollocks. Pure relief. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll keep you in for a couple of days. Might not all drain off in that time, but we'll send you home so you don't have to stay in hospital anymore. Brilliant. Okay, we have a plan. All nice and easy. So I'll go home and I'm back in hospital in 24 hours. So the bag had stopped working. So there's only little trickles coming out, which, yes, it could mean that all the sepsis is out, but something still didn't feel right. There was still pain there, so it just didn't feel right. So we called the hospital, went back in, went through A&E, because you could only go through A&E, did the registration bit, went into resus, went to the ward, had an MRI. Oh yes, there's quite a bit more sepsis there. We need to drain a bit more off for you. But what we'll do is we'll push the tube down a little bit further, just to access that sepsis chamber, and then we'll get it out for you. Great. Okay, so we'll go and do that. So we did that. Relatively simple. Yes, you can feel it going just a little bit further. Pop. It's not coming out as fast as it was last time, but it's all good. So come back to the ward. give it a couple of days and see how you get on. So we did that, got discharged, went home. No, I'm back to hospital the very next day after being discharged. So I'm back to hospital. Turns out that the pipe had come loose because I could feel it moving. So that is now a bit of a problem. So what they did was they took me back down to the ward to get prepped for surgery again. Belinda made the great suggestion that they use a bigger tube, which the doctor agreed with. So I wasn't Belinda's best friend that day, and they put a bigger tube into me. Now, this is where this story gets fun. When they put the bigger tube into me, it sprayed out again. So whether it was because it was a bigger tube or they hit another sepsis chamber, whatever it was it was it was a load of pressure, which unfortunately, because things hadn't been prepped for a big load of spray of sepsis coming out, I got covered in it, the nurse got covered in it, the doctor got covered in it. We're all covered now in dripping yellow liquid. I'll try and put the pictures on this thing on this video, but I'll also put them on Instagram. So she secures a bigger tube inside of me, and then they're going to stitch it down so it doesn't come out this time. But now I'm now covered in sepsis. So I've already lost my dignity with what happened at Manchester, where I'm covered in my own feces. Now I have to be stripped down completely naked in the middle of the operating ward to put brand new clothes on. So I've got all these nurses staring at my bum, which I made sure they understood that I knew I could see them watching my bum. So I don't know who was more embarrassed that day, me or them. All stitched up. They've done something I don't want to know how they've stitched it up inside. Jobs are good in. And they go back to the ward. They keep me in a few days and then get sent home. No, I'm back in a couple of days' time. And I'll explain to you what happens that time in the next video, because this is where sheer incompetence now kicks in.